Former first-round pick Anthony Volpe is one of the most misunderstood players in Major League Baseball right now. A lot of times when you stumble across his name on various social media apps, it is because of a Yankee fan criticizing him for his lack of hitting ability. Even I, as a Yankee fan, get a bit frustrated by his inconsistent hitting, where there are at points in the season where it really seems like he's turning a corner, driving the ball to the opposite field while jumping on pitches and pulling them in the air with authority. However, on the flip side, there are plenty of times where it seems like there is a hole in his bat, and he wouldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. In the end, the Yankees' 24-year-old shortstop, who grew up a Yankee fan and attended Del Bar High School, New Jersey, provides a dynamic skill set with plenty of room to grow. Since Derek Jeter's retirement in 2014, the Yankees have had an interesting history in attempting to fill that gap. But during the offseason leading into the 2015 season, the Yankees acquired Didi Gregorius from the Diamondbacks in part of a three-team trade.
1-2. Crushed down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. Grand slam, Gregorius.
From 2015 to 2019, Didi Gregorius manned the shortstop position for the New York Yankees and was quickly a fan favorite. Apart from accumulating 11 F4 during those 5 years, Didi provided some of the most memorable and electric moments during the Yankees' postseason runs in the Baby Bomber era. He also connected with fans by tweeting out after every win with a creative assortment of emojis and a shout out to all the teammates involved in the victory. Didi's time as a Yankee would end when he signed with the Phillies during the offseason leading into the 2020 season, where he was never able to replicate the same success as he did with the Yankees. Then came the Gabbie Tour shortstop era, which was nothing short of a disaster. Gabbie came up through the Yankees farm system as a shortstop, however began his career in 2018 playing second base, where he put up a monstrous 62 home runs in his first 2 seasons. However, due to a Didi injury in 2019, Gabbie reclaimed the position. He already rounded out as a well below average defensive second baseman, and during his stints at shortstop throughout his Yankee career, the metrics were still not kind. In total, Gabbie played 2,063 innings at shortstop, and he accumulated a god-awful negative 16 outs above average and a negative 24 defensive runs saved. To be honest, as a Yankee fan who watched a majority of the games, these numbers were kind, as the eye test did not do him any favors. In the end, Gabbie Tour was not the long-term solution at shortstop, and rather an adjustment would have to be made for the position in the 2022 season. With the rise of Anthony Volpe in the Yankees farm system, they would ultimately skip out on top shortstop free agents such as Javier Baez, Trevor Story, Marcus Semien, Carlos Correa, and Corey Seager during the offseason leading into the 2022 season, a decision that, for the most part, still haunts Yankee fans to this day. However, the Yankees went with a stopgap route, trading for Isaiah Falefa from the Texas Rangers to be the everyday shortstop for the 2022 season. To put it simply, his stint as a Yankee shortstop was nothing short of interesting and lackluster. From an offensive standpoint, he was below average, posting an 84 WRC plus and provided very little power, only hitting for 4 home runs with a 641 OPS. Fielding-wise, he was an odd player who posted -1 outs above average, but 10 defensive runs saved. From a naked eye test, it seemed as if IKF was just not a natural shortstop. It would often make errors on routine plays. All these factors combined made IKF an easy target for Yankee fans, especially in regards to the players that the Yankees skipped out on in favor of him. The situation escalated to the point that the Yankees opted to start rookie Oswald Peraza at shortstop in Game 2 of the ALCS against the Houston Astros. Going into the 2023 season, it was pretty obvious that the starting shortstop job would be a battle between the youngsters Anthony Volpe and Oswald Peraza during spring training. The decision was a simple one, as Oswald Peraza struggled heavily. Anthony Volpe ran away with the race, in which during the 2023 spring training season, he batted .309, hit 3 home runs with a 1.033 OPS, 5 stolen bases, all the while displaying dynamic defense that the Yankees have not seen at the position for some time. The position was his to lose. Going into the 2023 regular season, Volpe was a 5th-ranked prospect in baseball, where he provided explosive offensive numbers, hitting 50 home runs, slugged .505 with an OPS of .881, and stealing 89 bags in 275 total games played in the minor leagues. Anthony Volpe's start to his MLB career was lackluster, in which he posted a .678 OPS in his first month and a .592 in his second. Overall, that was the trend of that season for him, in which he only had 2 months in which he posted an OPS greater than .750. Although his athletic defense and speed on the base paths did not disappoint, most Yankee fans were alarmed by the 21-year-old's offense during his rookie campaign. Anthony did put up a 2020 season, but his extremely low 209 average on .666 OPS, 82 WRC plus, and nearly 28% strikeout rate was an area of concern. Despite this, Volpe still accumulated 1.8 F4 and 1 Gold Glove at shortstop, posting 1 outs above average and 15 defensive runs saved. Elite. Going into the 2024 season, there was still a lot to be desired from the Yankee shortstop, especially when other young shortstops around the league, such as Bobby Witt Jr., put up a 5.8 WAR season in 2023. And Anthony's 2024 season was yet again confusing. Although he increased his average from 209 to 243, a lot of his underlying metrics either stayed relatively the same or decreased. For instance, his xWOBA decreased from 305 to 274. His walk percentage decreased from 8.7% to 6.1%. Therefore, despite the drastic increase in his average, his on-base percentage only increased by 0.01. In addition, his power was nearly slashed in half, hitting only 12 home runs in comparison to 21, with an OPS of only 657. In the end, his WRC plus only improved by 4 points to 86. However, his strikeout rate dropped to 22.6%, which is an improvement. Despite all of these trends, his F4 increased to 3.4 this season. This stems from the fact that Anthony further improved his defense, posting 14 outs above average and 6 defensive runs saved. Volpe was a bright light during the Yankees World Series run as well, where he had an 815 OPS and crushed a grand slam in the World Series. However, looking back at the season, it was extremely lackluster. Volpe had further improved at a strong point of his, being defense, but took many steps back offensively where fans and the organization hoped he would make strides forward. Even looking at his Baseball Savant page, almost every offensive category was decreased from an already poor starting point. And to the misery of Yankee fans, this is happening while Bobby Witt Jr. is only a year older than Volpe, put up possibly the greatest season by a shortstop in MLB history, and Corey Seager, who the Yankees missed out on, won a World Series with the Rangers in 2023. This leads us to the statement of the video, in defense of Anthony Volpe. At a surface level, Volpe has provided everything the Yankees needed from the shortstop position since Jeter's retirement. Hell, Volpe has been a better defender than Jeter has ever been in his career. From years of complaining about poor defense with Gleyber and IKF, and although the fans did not pounce on Didi for it, he was pretty average, the Yankees finally have a cornerstone Gold Glove caliber shortstop manning position for years to come. For the most part, shortstop is a defense-first position, where you want players to be extremely athletic, provide range to take away hits in the hole, and create chaos on the base paths. And that is the textbook definition of Anthony Volpe's game, something that the Yankees have lacked for a long time. As for his hitting, looking at his Baseball Savant page for 2025, we have seen drastic jumps in a lot of categories. Notably, we are seeing a healthy increase in his hard hit percentage, which has jumped to 48%, which is 77th percentile now. His barrel rate has seen a jump to 10.2%, his bat speed is at 72.2 miles per hour in comparison to 69.3 last year, and his walk rate has increased to 10.6%. Diving deeper into his swing path, he has an ideal attack angle percentage of 63.1% compared to 57.3% in 2023, ultimately correlating to the fact that Anthony is taking more competitive swings. In all of 2024, Anthony Volpe had 19 barrels, while just a quarter of the way through 2025, he has already accumulated 13. Anthony's pitch selection has been greatly improved since last season, in which he is slugging .600 against fastballs with a WOBA of 428 and an average exit velocity of 95.4 miles per hour. In comparison to last year, Volpe only slugged .405 with a WOBA of 325. While he is still struggling against off-speed pitches, these drastic increases in his ability to pounce on the fastball is very indicative to his maturity at the plate. In the end, a quarter of the way through his third season in the big leagues, he's running out to be an above-average hitter with a WRC plus of 113 and already accumulating 1.3 F4. Although a lot of Yankee fans talk about Anthony Volpe as if he is some fringe player who's on the verge of getting cut from the team, he is sneakily putting together a much improved and well-rounded 2025 campaign where he is going to put up around 4 F4. At the very least, Anthony Volpe is going to provide Gold Glove caliber defense at shortstop. And if things keep trending in the right direction, as indicated by his 2025 metrics, Anthony Volpe can continue to improve and thrive at the big league level in the coming years. He's only 24 years old.